Let's start building your app. Step number one is the purpose. What would you like for your app, to do for you? Make a list before you begin to build it. It'll save you a lot of time down the road. Now, here are some examples of how you might want to use your app. First of all, for quick reference or quick access to online materials, the benefit, of course, would be online media can be accessed with a click and retrieved anytime. Quick access to files that are on your device. Instead of trying to remember which folder it was in or how you labeled it, it will be in your app, and you'll find it just by staying in your app. You can explain complex issues faster and more accurately using your app. And you can use visuals and other media easily inside and outside your organization. So in other words, having that app at your fingertips will give you the ability to communicate more effectively and faster. So the first element, of course, was purpose. The second element is application. When we think about how you're going to apply, how you're going to use your app, begin with one primary app, and then add 2 or maybe 3 secondary apps in addition to your PDF builder, your PDF editor. For me, that would be Adobe Acrobat. As you notice, this app is primarily built in PowerPoint. That's the most familiar program for me. And PowerPoint is the best tool to use, or Keynote in Apple, for graphics and media. A picture's worth 1,000 words, a video's worth 1,000,000. So if you're going to use a lot of images, perhaps PowerPoint would be your best option. I use Word when there's a lot of text or text needs to be formatted. Of course, we can put graphics in Word, but it's not as slick, it's not as easy as using something like PowerPoint. And then Excel is when we're going to build calculators or configurators. So you pick the programs that you're going to use to comprise your app or your app, and then you combine all of that into some PDF editor. For me, that's Adobe Acrobat, and you'll see me using that throughout the training. When building a app for yourself, which programs do you use the most often? But if you're building a app for a team, which program do they use most often? And so when you're looking at how you're going to build an app, be thinking about who's going to use your app and what is the most convenient or handy program for them. Step 2, application. Begin with the primary program and 2 or 3 secondary programs, and then divide your content into sections or topics. And be liberal. Put a little information on many slides rather than trying to cram a lot of information on one slide, knowing you're going to add more information later. YouTube tutorials would be a slide for me. Another one is internet information, which is interviews. Another one is corporate website information. I need to go to my website quickly rather than opening the browser, going to my website, navigating to the page. I can click, there's the URL. I'm on that immediately, especially when I'm communicating virtually with someone. My device videos are there. My device articles are there. Team content can be there, product and service details. So just start thinking about how you would divide the content that you would like to have on your app. When you're initially building the app, all you're doing is putting some basic content in, and later you may add additional sections. I break them into 2 primary categories. One is information that's available online and information that's available on my device. And that way I can quickly navigate to where I believe the information is. It opens up in the app, I click, and there it is. In PowerPoint, include each topic on a separate slide or in one section of slides. And if you're familiar with using section zoom and using sections in PowerPoint, that's what we're talking about. If not, go to YouTube, ask about sections in PowerPoint. They will train you. If you need to refresh that training sometime, put it in your YAPP, and you'll click "This is how to build a section in PowerPoint." In Word, include each topic on one page or consecutive pages. Keep them together, save them as a PDF, and then put that in your YAPP as one unit. In Excel, what I've found is best is to have all the inputs and possibly all the outputs on one sheet. The computations can be done on other sheets and then hidden, so your formulas are not exposed. But think about how you would have the configurator or calculator appear as one sheet. You can also use Word to create directions for how to use the calculator and then bring the calculator up in your YAPP if you're going to be sharing it. When practical, use an image as well as a prominent title to quickly find each topic. Now you'll see an example of this when we get into a library of videos in my YAPP. If you have an image, you can glance at it and your mind will pick up on it. You don't even have to read anything, and you can scroll through your YAPP quickly and find the particular page that you would like to use. Save all slides, all pages, all worksheets in a PDF format. Now, with Excel, worksheets will not function as a PDF. You can save it as a PDF. It will be an image so you can show the user this is what the calculator or configurator will look like. Calculators and configurators can be given to them in a zip file. The zip file will be small, typically, regardless of how complicated the calculator or configurator is, and you can ship it to them or have them download it, and I'll show you some more of that in just a moment. Then take all of those PDFs and put them into a single folder. The folder name is the folder of that particular YAPP. This is my daily YAPP. This is my app for selling to government. This is my team YAPP. This is my corporate YAPP. You put all those files in one folder, and that way everything that's related to that particular topic will be where you can find it and share it quickly. Let's look at viability for a moment. Like any other app, your YAPP will become increasingly useful for you. The more you learn about it, it's like any other program. I'm an avid user and trainer of how to use PowerPoint for sales. But every week I will spend 30 minutes, an hour, or more learning new tips and tricks for PowerPoint and for the other apps that I'm using. When others are using or sharing their YAPPs, yours will grow richer. You share with them, they share with you, and you have more information at your fingertips. It's one click away. Monitor the tasks in your daily life that seem to take the most time and think about how your YAPP could help you do that better and faster. Are there shortcuts you could create? You don't have to write a macro for Excel or for another program. You could just simply put it in your YAPP, click, and there it is. All right, let's build an app.